Hello and welcome back to another lesson from Simple-ESL, and these are our grammar booster lessons. We'll touch on basic grammar and get you up to speed so you can improve your English. And today we're looking at the present simple. Now the present simple, to put simply, is a statement of fact or a thing that happens with frequency or regularity. So something we can schedule, like when you have dinner. You always have dinner at a certain time. It's a statement of fact. It's something that happens regularly. We could talk about going to work, going to school, things of that nature. And to build this, we use the base form of the verb. Now this is formed using the infinitive without to. What do I mean by this? Let's take my example. I dinner at 6 p.m. What would we do with dinner? We would eat. So the verb is to eat. But we wouldn't say I to eat dinner. What we do is the base form without to. We are going to get rid of to, which leaves eat. So I eat. I eat dinner at 6 p.m. We can also talk about the regularity. How often do we do that? So, how often would you eat dinner? Every night. Every night. So we can change this by using an adverb of frequency. That's what this is called. I eat dinner every night. It shows regularity, something that always happens. I eat dinner every night. And this is called an adverb of frequency. Adverb of frequency. How often do you do a thing? So you eat dinner at 6 p.m. every night. She, what does she do? She eat dinner? Doesn't sound right. In English, when we're talking about the present simple and we have a verb, the majority of the time we would add an S when it is he, she, or it. These would add an S. So let's take this example. She eat dinner. What would we do? We need to add an S to that verb. She eats dinner at 6 p.m. every night. But let's take a closer look at the structure. So let's build the structure together. And we're going to talk about eating again. It's an easy way to look at it. So we are building structure that we can use to use the present simple and talk about things that are always true or happen often. So we know that I would go to eat. That's our verb. I eat. And then it goes on to dinner. So what about you? Well, when we spoke about it earlier, he, she, it adds something. This would be the same. You eat. We as a group. You come round my house for dinner. We eat dinner. What if it's a different group over here? They. They. Would we add an S? No. They eat dinner. But as we discussed, he, she, or it. We would add, in this situation, an S. And then we can continue the rest of our statement. So we have the subject. The subject. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. The verb. The base form without to. And if it's he, she, or it, we add an S. And then the rest of the statement. Maybe there's an adverb of frequency in there saying how often you do the thing. But this can be different in different situations depending on the ending of the verb. So let's take a look at some of those verbs where it is different. So as discussed in the last slide, we saw that when we have he, she, or it, we would add the verb plus S. So we use the example eat becomes eats. In English, when verbs have different endings, we sometimes change this rule. So let's get rid of that. So we have the base form of the verb, but what happens if it ends in different words, different letters? If we have verbs that end in SH, CH, O, a double S, X, or Z, these will have a different ending. So these verbs, instead of adding an S to the end, eats, for example, we would add ES. ES. So let's talk about going a place. So I'm going to work. I go Instead of to go, becomes go. I go to work. Let's change it to he. It's no longer he go to work. And we can't just add an S. That's not correct. Because it ends in an O, you can see that there, we need to add ES. So go becomes goes. So get rid of that S. He goes to work. And there's lots of examples of this in the worksheet in the description where you can practice this. So if a verb ends in sh, sh, ch, o, ss, x, or z, we add es. So let's take a look at some examples. I have put kiss, finish, wash, and push. These are the base forms of the verbs without to. How would we put them into these sentences? So, the exam in 10 minutes. What does the exam do in 10 minutes? It kiss, finish, finish. Now, what would we do? It ends in sh. We would add es. The exam finishes in 10 minutes. What about Ben? At the weekend, he likes to clean his car. What would be a good example? He could wash his car. Now, once again, it finishes in sh. What would Ben do? Ben washes es, his car. If we want to put an adverb of frequency onto this, what could we put in? How often does he wash his car? Every Sunday. Say Sunday. Why not? Every Sunday. Now there's an adverb of frequency. We know how often Ben washes his car. The mother, her baby. What can a mother do to her baby? She could push it. Don't want to do that. What about kisses? The mother kisses her baby. It ends in two S's. Is that correct? No. It ends two S's, we know. Es. The mother kisses her baby. And that can only leave pushes. The man pushes the door open. And there are lots of examples like this in the worksheet that you can do as we go through the lesson. So we're almost coming to the end of our lesson, but there's another verb where there's a different rule, and it's to do with the endings again. Can you spot what's similar with the endings of these verbs? What's similar? They all end in Y. So when a verb ends in Y, we once again add something different to the end. So instead of S, we would add IES. So now we have verb plus IES if it ends in a Y. So let's do these examples. Ben is late. What can you do when you're late? Ooh, you're gonna have to hurry. So if I was late, I would hurry to catch the train. Ben is late, so what does he do? He hurries. An IES in the end? That doesn't look right because it's slightly different. We remove something when it ends in a Y. So I hurry becomes he hurries. So the IES replaces the Y. He hurries. You're going to take this one. Let's see if you understand. The baby, what does the baby do? The baby cries every morning. So how would we spell that? Well, C-R. What do we do next? We take away the Y and add I-E-S. The baby cries every morning. If it was me, I cry with a Y every morning because I have to get out of bed. The baby cries every morning. And what do we call this? Adverb of frequency. The plane. What does the plane do? The plane flies. Remove the Y. IES. And Ellen. Remove the Y. Studies at her desk. So when we have a verb that ends in Y, we would add IES for he, she, it. And if you want more practice with this, there is the worksheet in the description below. Join us next time where we'll go into more detail on different aspects of the present simple. It's been great to speak to you again and look forward to doing a lot more lessons with you. But until then, have a great day.